Informed, outspoken, wild, fearless. This is the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast.
What is up, my dudes? This is Trent with the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast. I am joined by Jordan and Seth. Phil is still at that light show, so we're going to do a little mock draft here. We're going 12 rounds, half-point PPR. I will be drafting from the 11 spot. Seth will be drafting from the 7 spot, and Jordan will be drafting from the 4 spot. Half-point PPR, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a flex, and a tight end. Got some bench spots in there and all that good stuff. So we're going to kick this thing off right now. I'm going to be going to the draft board and back. Go check us out on YouTube at tffdudes. And the draft is starting now, guys. We got some CPU. I like Sleeper because I think it does the best job kind of, mocking what drafts you're going to be going through as a user at home. So first overall went CMC, followed by CD Lamb, who at the moment is still holding out on contracts. We're recording this the Tuesday before this comes out. Tyreek Hill. Jordan, you're on the clock. You got 45 seconds.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about right here?
I'm going to go Jamar Chase here.
Okay.
I think that's smart.
Followed by Justin Jefferson.
Wow.
I think this one's easy
right.
for me.
St. Brown, right?
Yeah.
Monra St. Brown, followed by Jahmyr Gibbs. I am on the clock. All right.
Trent.
I don't like doing this when I have to do my own.
Puka. Are you doing
I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm going to try a different strategy that I've been really looking into. I know Jordan's not going to like it. I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor here at 11-1. He was followed by Puka and Garrett
He's
Wilson.
going to go Marvin Harrison.
I'm going to go Marvin Harrison, Jordan. You're absolutely right. So we'll see how that goes. Rookie wide receiver.
Don't ever say I don't listen to you, Trent.
I know you. I know, but I know. So Marvin Harrison at 2-2, followed by Devontae Adams at 2-3, Drake London at 2-4, Saquon Barkley at 2-5. Seth is on the clock here at 2-6. He already has a Monra St. Brown.
What do you guys think
roster.
about Kyron? I'm curious.
I think he's fine.
I think he's still good.
All the different all the different stuff that I'm seeing about camp and all this other stuff, these other players, I'm just Blake Corum. I don't know.
You're going to want to stack him with Corum.
Was that?
You're going to want to stack him with Corum.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
not
sure.
necessarily, but you guys think so?
I could get Ronnie Rivers later.
No, don't get Ronnie Rivers. So today's episode is brought to you by Sleeper, the best place to play fantasy football, guys. Take your whole league over there. And while you're there, enter promo code DUDES100. They'll match you up to $100. So Kyron Williams was followed by Devin Achane, Travis Etienne. Jordan's back on the clock with Jamar Chase. And 40 seconds left. What are you thinking here? You going wide receiver again, Jordan? You going
I'm going to go I'm going to go Olave here. It's back to me.
All right, Travis Kelce at the 212. Do you feel like that was too soon there?
Yeah, man, I don't like this third round here.
Yeah, Travis Kelce was followed by Jacobs at 3-1, Laporta at 3-2, Derrick Henry at 3-3. Jordan has Olave. He's on the clock now.
There's not much I like here. Oh man,
yeah, some guys available. Yeah, Nico Collins, Mike Evans, Deebo Samuel.
What's interesting, Trent, is we have a draft on Friday, and if Ayuk doesn't have a team by then, it's going to be really interesting how to draft.
Exactly.
Like I feel like I'm going to draft Deebo right now at my 3-7. I feel like Deebo's going in the second round if Ayuk's not around. I'm going Deebo here, but the thing is about it is like, we have a draft on Friday. And Ayuk's still on a team. It's like, where does he go on the people drafting like this week or this weekend if he's still not on a team?
Yeah. No, I know.
Like,
so
I'm
Deebo
not drafting him.
There.
I'm not drafting until I know where he goes. But also if I can get him in the 8th round, like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I'm going to reach on Cooper Kupp here. So just looking at all this, if you want to just talk about what we have what kind of happened there in that round while I was fixing my computer, kind of catch everybody up to speed.
Sure. I grabbed Debo, and then Hertz was the second quarterback off the board behind Allen in the second round. Then it went DJ Moore, Jalen Waddle, Cooper Kupp. Trent got at 311. Then it went Neighbors, Diggs, and now Trent's back up at 4-2.
All right, I'm going to go Michael Pittman here. So I got Jonathan Taylor, Marvin Harrison, Cooper Kupp, Michael Pittman, followed by the next guy took James Cook, Rashad White, Joe Mixon. Seth's back on the clock. He's Amon-Ra St. Brown, Kyron Williams, Debo Samuel. Where are you thinking of going this one here, Seth?
In terms of ADP, it's telling me this is where Patrick Mahomes goes. But in terms of other positions, it's a DK, Devonta Smith, Trey McBride, Mark Andrews, Kenneth Walker. I am actually going to go Patrick Mahomes, though. I think this is a good place to get Patrick.
All right, Patrick Mahomes in the fourth, followed by Devonta Smith, DK Metcalf. Jordan, you're up here. You got 3 wide receivers. You finally going to take a plunge at running back or no?
I'm gonna go. I don't want Kamara and Olave together. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna take Trey McBride here.
Okay, Trey McBride, followed by Mark Andrews, Aaron Jones, George Pickens, Lamar Jackson, Kenneth Walker, T. Higgins, your backup, Jordan.
I'm going to take. I just don't love much here. Man, this is a tough spot here. Let's see here. I'm gonna go Zay Flowers.
Right, Zay Flowers.
Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. Zay Flowers. Just gonna real punt running back here.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
So
See, I'd really like to take Tank Dell here. It's just the Houston situation really just bums me out that I don't know what it's gonna be. But seeing other guys, I'm not really sure how I feel. So I'm gonna go Dell.
Okay. Tank Dell, followed by Christian Kirk, Mari Cooper, Anthony Richardson. I'm going to take Kyle Pitts here. Kyle Pitts at 5'11", followed by James Conner, CJ Stroud. And now I'm going to take, I kind of wish if I could have had that back, I maybe would have taken George Kittle here rather than Pitts there. I think it's good value. I'm going to go with David Montgomery at 6'2". So my running backs are Jonathan Taylor and David Montgomery. David Montgomery was followed by Keenan Allen, George Kittle, Jaden Reed. Seth, your backup. That's really good value for Jaden Reed there at 6'5", Jordan.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to wait on running back a little bit longer. I think this isn't a bad spot. Let's check out what we got tight end here. I actually like yeah, I'm gonna go Evan Ingram. I like this.
All right. Evan Ingram, followed by Terry McLaurin, Jordan Addison. Jordan, your backup. Give Jamar Chase, Chris Olave, Mike Evans, Trey McBride, Zay Flowers. You going running back here? You're going to take a quarterback? What are you thinking?
No, I'm going to take, I don't think you have to stack and redraft, but I think this is kind of naturally fell to me to have just Burrow with Chase. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, Burrow and Chase. I just don't like the running backs right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
DeAndre Swift. No, you're good. I was hoping Murray would come back to me right there. So DeAndre Swift, Ramondre Stevenson, Xavier Worthy, Najee Harris, Rome Adunze, Kyler Murray. Jordan's back on the clock. Running backs available. Jordan, you have Zamir White, Raheem Mostert, Tony Pollard, Jonathan Brooks, Nick Chubb, Zach Moss, Jalen Warren.
I'm gonna take Hollywood here.
Okay. I was kind of hoping he'd come back to me. Hollywood, followed by Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, Seth's back up. Seth
worked out great for me.
Running back.
Yep, this worked out great for me. I punted it to
Zamir
get
White.
Zamir White where I wanted him.
I just don't love Zamir White. I don't know.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Yeah, Zamir White, followed by Raheem Mostert, Tony Pollard, Rasheed Rice. I'm back up here. I'm going to take Lad McConkey here, followed by Brock Bowers, Javonte Williams. Jordan, are you high on Javonte Williams, or are you not feeling it this
I think
year?
he might get cut.
Okay. I am going to go. I do what I've been doing in all of it. Man, Nick Chubb's just like what? They're thinking he's going to miss 4 weeks.
I don't know, but I'm grabbing him right here if you don't.
I think, yeah. I'm going to wait on Chubb. I'm going to take Deontay Johnson, kind of sneaky there for half-point PPR, right? See how he does. Maybe that was a little bit of a reach.
Okay.
Austin Eckler is still available, Jordan.
Yeah, I'm going to take Eckler here.
All right. So that round was Calvin Ridley after Deontay Johnson, followed by Caleb Williams, Chris Godwin, Nick Chubb, Jonathan Brooks, Jake Ferguson, Austin Eckler by Jordan, Zach Moss, DeAndre Hopkins, Keon Coleman, Christian Watson, Jalen Warren, Brian Robinson. Jordan's back on the clock.
I'm going to take the Titans RB1, Tyjae Spears. Him and Pollard were listed as co-starters today.
Yeah, All right. Followed by David Njoku. Sorry, Brian Thomas.
Ooh, see, this one I really like right here. I have St. Brown, I know, but Jameson Williams.
All right. Here, I am going to. What do I got here? Was Brock Purdy's gone? Tua's gone. Probably need to take a quarterback. I think I'm going to go with Jared Goff. He has a bunch of dome games, followed by Trey Benson, Jaden Daniels. Would you have taken Jaden Daniels over Jared Goff right there, Jordan, if you were me?
Yeah, I would have.
That rushing upside. Then I'm going to go with Gus Edwards. I was thinking I was going to wait till Justin Herbert. With this CPU, though, got guys taking 2 quarterbacks. I don't know if he's going to get back to me. And so Jackson Smith, the Jigba, following Gus Edwards, Dallas Goedert, Romeo. Is it Dobbs? Dobbs, Jordan? Am I saying that right?
Dobbs. I don't know how you say
A lot of people say Dobbs, and a lot of guys have been saying it's Dobbs.
I think it's Dubs, isn't it?
A lot of people, I don't know. A lot of people were saying it, but we were saying it wrong the other day. So
I
just want
for this here. I do like the hype behind Curtis Samuel. We talked about him, I think, 2 pods ago. Anyways, gonna take him here.
Curtis Samuel, Tyler Lockett, Adonai Mitchell. Jordan's back up.
I might reach a little bit. He might come back to me. He might not, but we're getting a lot of positive buzz on Chase Brown here out of Cincinnati. I don't love having the whole Cincinnati offense here with Burrow, Chase, and Brown.
Yeah,
I don't know. Real. I just think the value here is too good, so I'm gonna take Chase Brown.
All right, followed by Zeke.
He might be the starter on that team.
Yeah, they're saying he looks really good. One of the offensive linemen said if he had a fantasy team, he'd take Chase Brown. Followed by Dalton Schultz, Zach Charbonnet, TJ Hawkinson, Blake Corum, Jerome Ford was a kind of another guy I'm looking at because he's probably going to be the starter the first couple weeks. So why not get Jerome Ford? You know,
I'm going to go
late one.
That's probably a little bit. I really just want to stack up on running backs here, but
yeah, I don't blame you. All right, J.K. Dobbins, Justin Herbert, Cameron Sutton.
What's crazy
Seth's on the clock
is what you can get. Wow, it's amazing though. They were saying Lad McConkey could be wide receiver 1, but Josh Palmer, I think this is way too good a value to get here.
Yeah. Palmer followed by Lawrence, Shakir, Firemouth. I'm going to go with my other guy, my sleeper. I'm going to go Rico Dottle here, 11-11, followed by Mike Williams, Leggett, back on the clock. Man, I'm trying to think of who I'm going to be doing a reach here. So what do you like? Brendan Rice, hasn't been a lot of stuff said about him at camp, but he's kind of a guy that people were high on. Man, really good value for Musgrave here, Jordan. Man, I cannot find who I just had teed up. I'll take. I'm going to go with Chuba Hubbard might be the starter for a couple weeks there, depending on Jonathan Brooks. Followed by Cole Kmet, Jacoby Myers, Luke Musgrave. Seth is back on the clock.
I'm going to take Kendre Miller here.
Okay. Well, this is our last pick.
It is.
12th round. So, Jordan, your last pick. I like Wright out of Miami. So, last round, Kendre Miller, Rashid Shaheed, Lloyd at Green Bay, Jalen Wright. Is that right, Jordan? Am I saying the right name there?
Yes.
Miami. Kirk Cousins, Jerry Jeudy, Josh Downs. Any picks here, Jordan, where you're just like, man, I went totally wrong right there. That was a reach. Or what are you thinking? Like, do you wish maybe you would have, like you mentioned Bengals, like did you feel, like where did you feel like you went maybe wrong there? I think my least favorite pick, I'm going to say I like Pittman. I maybe should have took James Conner instead of Kyle Pitts is what I would say. Is maybe what I would have done if I did it over again. And then taken later in the draft, I maybe would have taken Ferguson or Luke Musgrave. Musgrave is like I don't know though. He hasn't put up the points. Like Ferguson's kind of a promising tight end, right? So I think I would have maybe passed on Pitts, taken James Conner rather than Kyle Pitts is where I would have maybe redone that. But I know not everyone on here is a huge Pitts guy.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think I regret taking Patrick Mahomes where I got him, but I think I could have got a quarterback later of what I wanted. And I could have gotten Devonta Smith or DK Metcalf and got another high caliber receiver. But I'm honestly not mad because if Dell pans out pretty well to be nice, and I also think Jamison Williams, Curtis Samuel, and Josh Palmer are also guys that I wouldn't mind playing either. So yeah, I like my draft pretty good, actually.
Yeah. Other thing, I took Deontay Johnson at 8-2. I wish I maybe would have taken Tua or Purdy right there at 8-2 because I talked about taking, Purdy, on as a stack, which I don't have any stacks, but I like Purdy fantasy wise. I feel like I maybe would have been happier than, I don't know. Goff has a lot of weapons too. Those guys are probably pretty comparable with all the dome.
You just
deals.
Can't help the CPU picking two quarterbacks though. You can't help that.
And then Jamison Williams, that was the guy I wanted to take. Where did he go in this draft?
That was someone I was 9-7.
He went 9-7. You took him at 9-7.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the guy I was looking for. So you took him right before I took Goff. So
for sure.
Okay. Anything you would have done different, Jordan? Like, I feel like I got sniped with.
Can you hear me?
Tyler.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties there. Yeah, I don't really just like how my middle rounds, like that 4 through 7, I just didn't really like my options there. So I don't mind Burrow falling to me. Like, I don't love Trey McBride in the 4th. I don't love Zay Flowers in the 5th. But, like, when you go 3 running backs the first 3 rounds, there's just not a lot of running backs. So I almost just, I just kind of had to punt them all the way down. So I don't know. This draft, I feel like it could be good if you hit on like Spears, Brown, Dobbins, right? Like 2 of those guys, might be okay. Like obviously your receivers, you love them, but I think the one thing I wish it would have done is went Debo over Mike Evans in the 3rd round. I think I would have done that.
Yeah. I could see. I was hoping Debo would make it back to me. That was kind of what I was counting on, which I felt like it wasn't going to happen. I wish Gibbs would have fell to me at 11. I like Gibbs a lot as the season's going on. This whole team I have here, I think, kind of comes down to Marvin Harrison and Cooper Kupp. I think in the 3rd round could be a pretty big deal. I think he's going to start shooting up these draft boards, though. 3rd round, he's sat in the 3rd round for a long time.
Yeah, he has.
Any picks that I have or Seth have that you do not like, Jordan?
Jonathan Taylor for you as your 1st round. I don't know, but the problem is I don't know where you go. So I probably would have went Garrett Wilson there.
Yeah, I thought about Garrett.
See. I think I would have went Garrett Wilson too, but
Seth's Zamir White, but like I don't know who he goes there instead of Zamir White.
Maybe Mostert, but Mostert's just so much older. You have that unknown potential, but you have like what Mostert's done that you kind of know.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like the Zay Flowers pick, Jordan.
You don't?
I just don't. I feel like that's still Andrews' team. And sorry, I don't mind Zay Flowers as much as I'm not as high on Rashad Bateman, so totally different guy. So sorry, it's a little late. So I don't dislike the Zay Flowers. I still think that's Andrews'.
Flowers was really
he
good
finished
last
strong.
Year, rookie year.
Yeah, if he doesn't fumble
Andrews
that
was
ball,
hurt, though.
He doesn't fumble that ball in playoffs,
There's just
totally
there's just not a lot of guys there. Trent, Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar. I like the rookie they drafted, Tez Walker, but like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I like your Chase Brown pick.
That rumors that like Isaiah Likely is going to be like the number 2 receiver there. I don't know if you saw that.
I haven't seen.
I saw it. Yeah,
that wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
What about the rumors that Derwin James might be playing offense for the Chargers? That's something we haven't.
That would be
interesting.
interesting.
You see that there's some offensive plays being drawn up for him. But hey, I think that kind of does it. This was a good little draft doing this here. Let us know what you guys think, with all this. Just talking about draft month, last place punishments. I saw a guy, Zonneveld told us on YouTube that their last place punishment. I want to know what you guys thought about Andrew Zonneveld, 1129, said last year his league on last place punishment decided on lobster rolls. Loser had to fly them in from Maine in one of those styrofoam boxes. They had melted butter and all. Found some bruschetta buns at Save Mart and said the loser probably dropped at least $500 on the lobster alone. So I don't think that's a terrible idea at last place punishment. Having to buy like
money to
really
to
nice
lose
dinner
sucks.
Yeah, but it's at least you get to part. Now here's a kicker that could make that even better. You have to buy everyone lobster, but
and you don't get to
you don't get to eat any of it. You don't get any of it. You have to get like Little Caesars or something. Whatever the winner gets to pick your meal.
You get the imitation crab from Save Mart.
That's not a bad switch right there doing that.
Or like Trent, you could do like you have to cook everyone Wagyu steaks and you get the Save Mart steak or something like that.
So, you get
there's a lot of
chuck.
Yeah, the Impossible. You get the Impossible beef and everyone else gets Wagyu. Like you could make that really good. That's not a bad idea. So all right. Always looking for good last place punishments, guys. Give us a like, give us a sub. Remember, don't be rude. Share the dudes. Helps us out. Anything you liked about this draft, thought we could do better. Other stuff, if we're missing, someone annoying, let us know about that too, guys. But we will see you next time. And as always, take care.
This has been another episode of the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast. Remember to rate, review, and follow. For more information, go to www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. And remember, we are sorry for absolutely nothing.